What's up, YouTube? FD White back with another episode of FD White Invest. Welcome to the channel, man. Welcome to the channel. First and foremost, man, shout out to everybody who's crushing it, crushing it. I've been getting a lot of nice, very nice comments in the comment section of my videos. Somewhat thanking me and whatnot. But it's all you. You did it. You did it. You hit that sell button. You hit that buy button. You're the one who made the choice to invest, man. So it's all on you. I'm just here, on YouTube doing what I can and just bring you my analysis, and bring you my thoughts. And if that helps you out, congrats. But you guys are the ones who are making these decisions. So man, pat yourselves on the back. Very, very, very happy for everybody who's crushing it so far. But always remember to take profits. Always remember to take some profits. So today I want to talk about ISO 20022 coin. That's what I want to talk about today. So let's jump right into it. Let's talk about none other than XRP. We got to pop it off with XRP. So XRP, man, I mean, congratulations to the XRP army. You guys held it down. Well, we held it down because I am an unofficial member of the XRP army. I did wane a little bit at the end, sold a little bit, but we are still here. Our bags have been packed since 2020, end of 2020. So we're looking good, man. We're looking good. Once we bounced from that dollar area, we talked about that dollar area. I told everybody that once we got above that dollar area, $2 was going to come fairly quick. It came actually very, very quick. So that's in the past. Now what we want to look at, we're just ranging. We're in this range, and I really want to just hold this range, even if we just continue our path, back to the top, or we're in the midpoint of this path right now, or the midpoint of this range. So we got to make a decision. Let's see if we hold that, make a higher low, and continue our way back to the top of this range. Will be all-time highs at about $2.91, or we come down, hold that as resistance, and we'll probably come back down to the bottom of the range at about $2.17 to $2.15. But if the market does turn a little bit bearish and we do start to come down here and we lose this level, I'm a major buyer at about $1.95 to $2. We'll really just say $1.90 to $2. This is the price I really want to buy XRP at. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if it's gonna come back down here, but this will be the price that I would want to buy XRP at if we did have some type of sell-off. And remember, in a bull run, we do get massive sell-offs. We do get 30, 40. I don't think we're going to get like a 40% correction in Bitcoin, but we already had like a 12% like an hour. So I'm guessing maybe like a 20 to 30% possibly. Bitcoin's looking strong. We just passed 101K again. So we got to see what happens. But the weekly close just happened. This is the weekly open about 13 minutes ago. A lot of altcoins are down. So I will be looking for XRP to make a decision here. Not too much to look at for XRP. We break this all-time high. Sky's the limit. Sky's the limit for XRP. So I would open the trade. We break this line here, coming in at about $2.85 to $2.90. I'm a longer here. Breakout retest on a smaller time frame, and then I'll be a buyer there. Coming in very long, really long. I'll be really long, really long. And XLM. Let's talk about XLM. XLM looks very similar, and we know this is pretty much a proxy play of XRP. So same setup, really. This like the same setup. Bottom of the range is coming in at about 42 cent here. Top of the range which is really like almost all-time highs. I think it's coming in at about 63 cent. Is that the all-time high? Let's actually go back. I think that is all-time highs, to be completely honest with you. Let's go to the weekly. So yeah, nope. Matter of fact, all-time highs is coming in at about 80 cent. So we're a little bit ways off from all-time highs for XLM, stellar lumens. So basically, I mean, what I'm looking for right here is pretty much the same thing. We come down here. I'm a buyer. I'm not really holding XLM. I'm not trying to hold XLM. I'll trade it. I'm also seeing something like we can even, have something like this coming in. We can have something coming up like this. So, sort of like a bull flag, if you really want to be honest with you. So we want to break these all-time highs here. And we do have, the bottom of this range coming in at about 42 to 43 cent. But we do see somewhat of a bull flag. And I would just take this measured move. I really like to use my measured moves in a bull run. And if we break out, usually we break out 70% of the apex. or 70% of the triangle nearing its apex. So I'll be looking at a move past all-time highs to about 90 to 95 cent for XLM. And I think once XRP starts to move, once all these ISO coins start to move, this is definitely going to move and going to move fast. So keep your eye out on XLM. This is probably on the top of my list for trades because when these things move, they move. So it's only right that they cool off. I mean, look at this. This was the less than a month ago. It was at 11 cent. Then it went all the way up to, 65 cents. So that's crazy. That's crazy. A 6x, man, in less than a month. So, this is what the bull market can do. The bull market can really start to rip. And this has been one of the sectors. This is why I wanted to go over this because I think this sector will come back. It showed its strength. It shows that okay, I'm here. This is what we're gonna do this bull run. We had a nice move. Let's cool off. Let's consolidate and get ready for our next leg up. So XLM is definitely something on my radar. Next week, gotta talk about ADA, Cardano, one of my biggest bags, one of my biggest holdings. I'm not even trying to trade Cardano. I just want to buy. I want to buy a little bit cheaper. If so, me personally, I'm not buying anymore. If we did get like a major sell off, under $1, possibly down to about 85 cent, and even about 75 cent, I'll probably, add a little bit to my bags because I do think we're going, $3, $4, $5. In my humble opinion, that's not a price prediction. That's just in my humble opinion. But the line in the sand for me is this $1.25 area. We break this. If you want to trade that, it's really just simple things like this. I'm on a 4-hour time frame. We really just want to break this $1.25 area, and then we want to take this high out at about $1.30 to $1.31. We start taking that high out. We're gonna start making our way back up to those highs of 2021. And let's actually make this a little bit. Let's do this. Let's do 1 year, and then we can go back. So I'm on a daily time frame now. So now, matter of fact, let's go to the weekly because we need more information. Um, Here we go. We need more information for ADA because we have a whole lot of information to the left of us, back in the history books, so to say, when it came to the 2021 bull run. So for this, really quickly, I see a lot of wicks here, and this is on the weekly. I see a lot of weekly wicks here. So we could just draw this here. So this will be, I think, the next area once we flip this $1.20, $1.25 area. Our next area of take profits, or our next area of resistance will be at about $1.50 to $1.60. After that, then we'll be coming in for possibly around $2.40, $2.50. And then after that, we're coming up to all-time highs. All-time highs are coming in at about $3.10. And this is I'm pretty confident that not XRP, ADA will get back up to these all-time highs over here. I'm really confident in ADA to get back up here in these all-time highs. So like I said, want to break that, want to break that, want to break that. Once it's just a stair step. And I mean, look at the move we made down from 35, 36 cent all the way up to where we are now. So a lot of, like I said, these coins have to cool off. And look how these coins are running together. We always talk about narrative, we always talk about sector and how these things run together. So just keep your eye out on these. Keep your eye out on these. So when one runs, they're probably going to all start to run. So keep your eye on ADA. ADA is just taking the stairs up, taking the stairs up, taking the stairs up. And if we do start to get corrections, remember, crypto takes the stairs up, but it takes the elevator down. So you really want to be mindful of where are your price levels, or where are your resistance or your support levels, or your major support resistance levels below you. And we do have one, like I said, at that psychological level at around $1. We have some around 85 cent, around 75 cents. So probably like every 10 cent. And then of course we have the one, if we really start losing this here, we start losing, 75 cent. Something's very wrong in the market. But we can get these major corrections like we talked about earlier. But anything under 75 cent, I'm a huge buyer. Depending on the timing of the bear market or the timing of the bull market. So timing has a lot to do with my thesis. Depending on where price is or how far price pulls back and where we are, with time. I'm going to make a dedicated video about this. Eric Crown made a great video about this a couple days ago about how he thinks the bull market is going to end a little bit sooner than everybody thinks. I'm a little bit in that camp, but I also don't know if we're going to get something like 2021 where we had two tops. or a double top or something like that. So it just depends on time. But like I said, anything around 75 to 80 cent, I'm a buyer. If I'm trying to get into Cardano. HBAR really quickly, let's talk about HBAR. So HBAR had this similar move. We talked about HBAR over on the crypto nightcap. We said once we broke this 8 cent area, and then we popped up and held that as support rather, we were going to pretty much fly because we didn't have really any structure, in between here. You could just see this fair value gap here. And then, it came all the way back down. And as soon as it broke this level, it just shot all the way back up right into this level. And I mean, it didn't even stop. Like I thought it was going to come here. I came here for a little minute. This is the weekly. So let's go to the daily and see how it interacted. So it did came up to 16 cents. So it did, start to interact a little bit with this wick here at about 16, 17, 18 cents. So we can come over here. We see it did, interact a little bit. We had that double bottom here, the higher low, and then it just took off. So right now, what I'm looking at for H bar, let's actually zoom in so we can. It looks like some sort of pattern is forming. A lot of these have similar structures. Like I said, a lot of them have similar structures. So I see somewhat of a bull flag potentially, like that. Let's just pull this in and make it a little bit neater. Um, I mean, we do have a downward sloping trend line coming in, but you can also just draw it as like a range. We can actually, I want to draw it as a range. And then I think this will be a lot more, this will be a better trade if I just take this like that, just use it as and just have it as a range as opposed to like some sort of flag. But it's still like, still like a bull flag if you want to draw it like that. But we also have this little consolidation pattern right in our mid section of this range. So H bar has a decision to make. Does H bar want to? We'll have the midpoint here. Let's draw the midpoint basically. So does H bar want to hold this midpoint and continue up to test this, retest this, and potentially break that, or does H bar want to come down, hold that as resistance, and start to hold this bottom side of the channel as support and just continue to bounce. I mean, we could just bounce. Who knows how it plays out? But I'm just being really reactive. I'm being really reactive when it comes to these cryptos right now, and just trying to catch these moves. These moves have been explosive. So let's delete some of that. Let me see, can I delete that like that? So let's delete this. And then the path that I'll be looking for, because I'm not holding any H bar. I did take a H bar trade from like 8 cent all the way up to like 17. I don't know why I got out, and then it ran up to like almost 40 cent. But your profits are profits. So I mean, what I'll be looking for, potentially coming back up here, retesting this resistance side, the top side of this range as resistance, breaking out, of course, retesting, and then continue our path forward. And I also talked about this, like sometimes we're not even getting retests. We're just taking off. So it's very hard to gauge. I'm on an hourly time frame. So let's say we did break out. I'll probably zoom into like the 5 minutes to see if we get any type of retest, any type of touch on H bar, and then or any coin. That's how I'm really trading in this bear market or in this bull market, not a bear market, knock on wood. That's how I'm really trading in this bull run. Is I've seen a lot of like these coins. Some of them are not getting retests. Some of them are just breaking and just going. So maybe I'll zoom in. I don't want to zoom into the 1 minute, but the 5 minute. If we don't get a touch on the 5 minute and it keeps going, then I'll just hold it and keep going, and not wait for a retest. Or just if it breaks out and it doesn't get a retest, then I'll just, I'll have to play catch up, or I'll just take a chance and just long it on the breakout. But a lot of times we are getting these type of moves, and then we'll move on to the last few coins. We are getting these type of moves for these breakouts. If you do break out, we are getting like that, and then we're just coming back into here, and then we just have this as a deviation out of the range. So just be careful. Risk management is the key if you're trading. But like I said, you do 5 of these, 4 of them are you strike out on 4 of them, and then that last one is just like boom, and that just takes all the momentum, and you just profit all from that one move. You might small loss, huge profit. So just keep swinging for the fences, man. Keep swinging, but making sure you are definitely using proper risk management. So we got 3 more. XDC. I'm not really too familiar with this coin, but I do. It has been out for a minute. And I like this. I like what I'm seeing right here because we do have some sort of a flag coming in right here. We're just going to draw this out. And we are coming in to some sort of support. So I'll be looking to bounce here and potentially break open that and at least come back to this top side at about 11 cent for XDC. So I'm not doing a deep dive on these projects or anything like that. I just know they're ISO, coins, and I know that what that has to do with. So XRP moves, ADA moves, these will move too. So of course these are lower market cap coins, so they're proxies of that. So if XRP moves a certain amount, then I'm guessing these lower cap coins are gonna move not a lot more, but they'll probably move a little bit more. Excuse me, a little bit more percentage wise. So XDC, I mean, if you're a holder of this, you really just want to hold. You're nothing too spectacular. I'll be looking for a breakout potentially soon, coming at the top of the week. Probably come and retest, like I said, retest the top side or this high here, this swing high at about 11 cent. And is this the all time high? Nope, this is not the all-time high. So we got enough information. We got a lot of information, even from last bull run. We do have some. Let's actually draw this out just with my little drawing tool. We have something coming in. Okay, perfectly at this 11 cent area. And then once we break that, we can break that, flip that. We can start coming back up to 14 to 19 cent basically, and start testing our all-time highs for that. So we flip this. I think we flip this. This will be that 11 cent, 11, 12 cent. I mean, that's pretty much a given for me when it comes to XDC, the way these ISO coins are moving, and the way XRP has all of this momentum and all of this bullishness and all of this, everything it has going for it. So I think, hopefully these coins can continue to move. And I think this is the play right here. Flip this 12. We'll just say 12 cent. Flip that 12 cent all-time highs pretty soon, or coming pretty fast for XDC. Quant. Let's talk about Quant really quick. Quant has been one of the slow movers of this run. Quant does not have a huge market cap or a huge circulating supply. So I thought this one was going to be flying like in the thousands, because it doesn't even have that, that many coins circulating. It doesn't have a high market cap. So if I was to get into any ISO coin, it might be this one. Perfect double bottom down at about $55. And we just went parabolic from $55 all the way up to 171. And we called this over on X. We said we needed to flip this here, this $95 area, then break that psychological $100 area, of course. And then I thought we were gonna fly, and we started to fly, but luckily the ISO coin started to fly, so it was another boost. Excuse me, another boost for Quant to start running. So let's zoom in for Quant. I mean, it's not really too much to talk about unless you're looking for areas to get in. So the first area that you want to look at if you want to try to take a long, or if you want to start to DCA in, because I do think we have a little bit more ways to go when it comes to this bull run, at least 3-4 months, in my opinion. We'll talk about that in a later video, like I said. So 150 is a psychological number, and it's a nice whole round number. That 149, 150 area, we lose that 135 area that we talked about, and then we lose that, that 125 area. I think those are the three areas that you need to these are the three areas right here. We'll put an X on these three areas that you need to consider if you want to try to get into some quant. But like I said, man, these coins can bleed. If the market starts to get a nice sell-off, then you have to watch out. And even if we came down to this $1.25 area, that would be a 20% move. And I mean, 40% would be around $93-$95. So a 40% move, a 40% drawdown in these altcoins are not out the window. And even if we did start to come down, I mean, let's just say we did slice through here, or eventually slice through here, I would just expect, us to come back up, and then potentially bounce back up, or even where's my drawing tool, or even just come back down, for a potentially a higher low, and then continue our way up, and then we'll have, just a higher low coming in right there. So my chart is getting real messy. Sometimes I just go off on a tangent when it comes to these things, but you just got to be prepared for a lot of scenarios. But hopefully, the thing that we really want to see for quant and all these coins, basically, a lot of them are in the red right now. Looks like Bitcoin is taking the shine away right now. Altcoins are looking a little bit weak coming into the weekly open, but that's all good and dandy, all fine and dandy. So, like I said, what we really want to just see is potentially for us to come back down here and get a nice bounce here. And like I said, that will just create a higher low coming here. And we do have what's this on the 4 hour? We do have money flow looking a little bit thick, Look like it's starting to curve down a tad bit, but I don't see anything to worry about. I'm looking at higher time frames right now. Money flow just crossed over into the green on the daily, so it looks like we may be starting to curve or level out. MACD is starting to turn white, so that may go into the red, but I think we have a nice little ways to go for quant. Just a nice cool off period for all these coins, man. So remember that for all these coins, it's just a nice little cool off period for right now. So we got two more. Algorand, which made a massive move, and we're just gonna quickly talk about Algorand levels to buy. Not really trading Algorand. I don't really have any trading plans for Algorand. What I am looking at is from areas to buy if I did want to get into Algo. So we do have something here at about 42 cent, which is, not really too much of a down move. If we come back down here, this is definitely something that can happen within the next few days or so if the market does continue to bleed down. But I think I'll be a buyer at 30 cent. If we do come back down to 30 cent, because I have this thicker yellow bar, all this price action here. This is on the daily. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days of price action around this 30 cent area. So if we come back down to 30 cent, this is where I would be a buyer of Algorand, and then I'll be looking, to potentially continue and then take out this high here at about 62, 63 cent, and then continue our way, continue our path forward. And Algorand's all-time high is, so we got a lot of price action to our left, a lot of history for Algorand. What are you doing? There we go. Sorry. A lot of things to look at for Algorand. So like I said, we do have we'll have some resistance coming in somewhat about 75, 80 cent. And then potentially, so the all-time high, this was the launch. I really don't want to count this. I don't like counting the launch, and then it just went straight down. So I'll probably count this as the all-time high, about $2.80. So like I said, if Algorand, if it gets back up to, or if it wants to start to test those all-time highs, I get back to those all-time highs. Right now we're at 48 cent, and the all-time high is, we'll just say it's about $2.83. So I mean, that's like almost a, from where we are now, that's another 500%. So I think a lot of these coins, man, are still going to do well. I think they still have a lot of upside in a short amount of time. So we're going to be looking at that as well. And lastly, before we get out of here, IOTA. We had this one over on, we did some TA over on Coin Market Cap. So really, it's just simple for this. The buy zone will be under this level here at about 37 to 35 cent. If we potentially start to come down from this area and break this yellow line here for IOTA, and then I have my buy zone area. Anything under this yellow line for me would be a buy zone. And even if we came down, let's get my drawing tool. I like my drawing tool. Even if we started to come down and we started to, bounce here and maybe form some type of divergences or some bullish divergences or something, I would be a buyer here in order to get a nice bounce for IOTA. And then we just really have to, let's say that doesn't play out. We do have this down sloping trend line from the top of this move coming in at about 63 cent. We come in, start to break this downtrend, and then flip this. I have my flip right there. Flip that to about 50 cent, 50 to 52 cent. Flip that, and then I think, sky's the limit for IOTA. So it's just really that simple. So my two areas, anything under, around, we'll say anything under 38, 37, 35 to 38 cent. I'm a buyer of IOTA. And then once we flip, what's this, 50 to 52 cent, I'm gonna look for a retest on this for sure, because I'm not really too familiar with this coin, but I'll probably look for a retest on a smaller time frame to flip that, come back down a little bit, or even create a higher low, and then potentially come to take out this 60, 63, 64 cent area for IOTA. And is that the all-time high? Let's look and see. I'm not sure how long this coin has been out. I feel like this is, so this one's been out for a minute. Okay, yeah, this has been out for a minute. So we got a lot of price action. These last few coins have a lot of price action. And the all-time high, I mean, it's $2.66. So we got a long way to go. We got a long way to go. Like I said, if you want to, I think a lot of these coins will start to retest. I'm not sure about the a lot of people say market cap and things don't matter, but I don't know how the circulating supply in the market and the what was going on in this area. A lot of times the circulating supply start to release more coins. So it gets a little bit harder to reach to reach these price points if more supply is in circulation. So I mean, of course, I think anything can happen in crypto, man. It's crypto. So the major point that I'm looking at right now, just looking at the chart, I would have to say the major pivot point for me would be somewhere in this $1.50 area. I would say $1.50 area. We start to break this $1.50 area, and taking this all the way, down to where we are now. I think $1.50 would be the area that I would be looking at for potentially a high or potentially to get to make a decision. So if we come up here for IOTA, before we get up out of here and make this a pretty long video, but so we can come up, like I said, flip that. I think this will be the area that I would be looking to take profits at around 150. And again, it depends on time. It depends on where we are in my thesis, where we are with time in the market. Like, what month are we in? How's the sentiment going? Like, I mean, we start doing this, sentiment's probably going to be through the roof. But it also depends on time and what's, how far along we are into the year, what's going on with the economy. Even though we've been talking about the economy for so long and nothing has really happened, we just been up only. Still keeping it in the back of my mind because I want to lock in my profits. And I do have a video called Ladder In, Ladder Out coming up about how to take profits on the way up and on the way down, so you won't round trip, because it is hard to try to time these tops. It is hard to try to time these bottoms. So I do have a video coming out this week. So make sure you hit that like, make sure you hit that subscribe, and hit all bell notifications because I got a lot of alpha coming. And I appreciate everybody who's been watching and commenting. And yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Just a quick overview of the ISO coins, ISO tokens, man. I think their time is coming back. They had this massive move. Now it's just a nice little cool off period for these ISO coins. So we'll see if we'll see how it plays out within the next few weeks. I think altcoin season, if you watch my video, my last video talking about Ethereum going to 8K, I think January to March is going to be very, very bullish. I think that's when the real altcoin season starts. I could be wrong. We can get a major pullback, but I'm ready for anything. I'm pretty much ready for anything. I'm gonna be really, really fluid, really reactive, and I'll make sure I take profits. And that's what I really want you to do. A lot of people's telling me how much money they're making, but I want you to take profits. Even hopefully you guys know how to take profits the right way. If you don't, like I said, I'm going to make this video this week talking about laddering in and laddering out of your positions. So make sure you tune in, and like I said, throw me a subscribe, man. I appreciate it. So this is FD White. Thank you for watching, man. I appreciate everybody. You guys are doing amazing. The community, the cool kids community is doing amazing. Make sure if you want to trade, I have a couple links in the description below to Bitunix, and also I have one to BYDFI. And if you are a good trader and if you want to become a funded trader, you can get a funded account up to $100,000 with Breakout Prop Firm. Link will be in the description below as well. So I will talk to everybody in the next video. Have a good night.